Hello everyone, welcome to Medicare 101, and whether you're turning 65 for the first time or trying to get some more Medicare information, you are in the right place. The biggest mistake I see people make is pick a plan based on their neighbor or their friend or a loved one, and they have completely different needs and a completely different lifestyle. So it's extremely important to pick a plan based on your needs and expert guidance. Guessing your way through Medicare can be a critical mistake, especially when you're turning 65 or we're coming up on some of these annual enrollment periods. And the reason that is a lot of these plans involve underwriting, which means they're going to take your current health into account. And while you could be healthy at this point in your life, a lot of things can change that could prevent you from having the proper plan or the proper coverage later down the road. So on the front end, it's very important to get educated, very important to have expert guidance by your side to make the right decision for you. The biggest thing that catches people off guard about Medicare is, yes, you've worked into this entitlement for almost your entire working life, but Medicare does not cover everything. You get parts A and B, and that's really what most people think about 80% of your coverage. So you still have 20% co-insurance, really 20% responsibility, and there's some major gaps and things you need to be aware of. When it comes to Medicare, almost everybody enrolls onto Medicare A and B at some point. And Medicare Part A is your hospital coverage. Medicare Part B is your doctor coverage. So if you break that down, when you get admitted into an hospital overnight, that's Medicare Part A. Your outpatient surgeries, your family doctor, that's Part B. Now that only covers about 80% of doctor and hospital. The remaining 20% you're responsible for. Most people choose a Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage plan, and typically umbrella coverage. When enrolling into Medicare for the first time, typically you're going to have Medicare Part A and B. That's the foundation of Medicare. Now, what coincides or what coordinates with that Medicare A and B is an absolutely critical decision. And typically you have three options, and that can be an employer or group plan, that can be a Medicare supplement, or a Medicare Advantage plan. And the most important thing if you're staying on employer plan is to make sure it's credible coverage when it comes to Medicare, and an expert will be able to guide you through that. When it comes to a Medicare supplement, that is the most comprehensive option that you can pair with a Medicare plan. It's also the most expensive option. And then finally, you have a Medicare Advantage plan, which is the least expensive option, but leaves you with additional exposure. So there's three different options really when you're going on a Medicare, and really having expert guidance and being educated is going to be the absolute best thing you can do. I think the biggest confusion point is really when you're turning 65 or going through Medicare's annual enrollment. And when you're turning 65, that is your initial enrollment period on a Medicare, and you can do one of three things. You can stay on your employer plan, you can go onto a Medicare Advantage plan, or you can go onto a Medicare supplement. And those decisions are extremely critical to be educated and make sure you have the right plan for you when first enrolling. And then every year after that, from October 15th to December 7th, that's Medicare's annual election period, where you can actually change plans and make critical decisions, and making sure you actually review your plan and understand each year's annual changes is going to be critical for success years after. The biggest rule or enrollment period that people misunderstand is Medicare's annual election period from October 15th to December 7th is the one time of year that you can change your Medicare Part D prescription plan. And if you don't have a Medicare Part D prescription plan when you're first eligible, well, you can accrue a lifetime penalty. When it comes to turning 65, the biggest thing I see people overlook is understanding that Medicare does not cover everything. It doesn't matter if you have a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medicare supplement or employer coverage, there's still going to be critical gaps, including skilled care, critical illness, hospital stays that Medicare is not going to cover. The biggest mistake I see when people turn 65 is not understanding Medicare's enrollment periods. There are several different enrollment periods depending on if you're going to a Medicare supplement, a Medicare Advantage, if you're delaying Medicare, and those can all be impacted by cost, coverage, and penalties. So it's extremely important to get expert guidance. When turning 65, the biggest mistake I see is people waiting too long to make a decision. You have important deadlines and important enrollment periods that start as early as 64 years old. So when you turn 64, it's time to start getting educated. It's time to start looking at your cost and coverage, and it's time to start making decisions. And as we wrap this up, I want to go through our three-phased approach. So today, phase number one, we're basically knocking out phase number one. You're getting the Gruening Health and Wealth online content, today's educational workshop and seminar, and then you'll get a free copy of 64 Plus. And that's a #1 bestseller that will really take today's presentation in a book format and help you kind of slow it down, maybe circle things and take notes if you need to. And then phase number 2, the most important phase, is schedule your free consultation. Make sure that you get your individual questions answered. And we have a ton of incredible people at Greening Health and Wealth that are standing by, ready to answer those questions. We've serviced thousands and thousands of Medicare beneficiaries across the country, and again have that 5-star service and BBB accreditation to prove it and back that up. So we'd love to talk with you, would love to answer those questions, would love to help you plan for your Medicare and retirement transition. And phase number 3, that's our free lifetime billing and claim service. So we have a great full service team that's going to handle any billing, any claims, any service, and really provide you the holistic support on the insurance side that you're going to need throughout your retirement years. So can't wait to hear from you, can't wait to answer those questions. And then again, I want to remind you that every year we're going to be there for you. We have our free annual reviews. So every year, October 15th to December 7th, that's going to be another chance to meet and make sure you have the right plan, not just this year, but for years to come.